Hey guys, and thank you for tuning in to this review slash recap of Love is Blind Season 8, Episode 7. You could be on any channel in the world right now, but you're right here with me, and I really appreciate that. So before we get into things, be sure to like this video and also subscribe to the channel if you do like watching both TV reviews and also movie reviews. Now, episode 7 kicks off with your girl Taylor confronting Daniel about allegedly following her on Instagram and then unfollowing her on Instagram, okay? She suspects that Daniel may have knew who she was, and if that is the case, then the whole experiment is blown. I mean, Love is Blind is all about you falling in love with the pods without ever seeing that person, without knowing anything about them. It's supposed to be genuine, right? So Taylor is really scared that he actually remembered who she was, and he didn't go into this whole experiment, you know, with the whole blind facade, right? So they're at like a breakfast spot or some kind of restaurant, right? And she's telling him how she feels. And he's like, listen, I don't 100% remember if I ever followed you on Instagram in the past and then unfollowed you. I'm not sure why I would do that. But if I did do that, I really don't remember. I don't remember anything about you. It's not like I recognized you in a pause, like recognized your voice or realized who you were. In fact, he said that if he would have recognized that he remembered her, then he would have went immediately to production and reported himself. And you know what? I believe Daniel. Let's talk about that real quick. While I'm watching this episode in this scene right here, I am waiting for Taylor to eat her words, because Daniel to me, he comes across as very genuine, very honest. Like, why would he follow her and then unfollow her and then lie about the situation? Like, girl, please. So anyway, right? So Taylor proceeds to say, well, I'm going to find out the truth because I have the followers app and I can see who followed me and unfollowed me in the past. And you could just tell Daniel's heart is like beating real fast. Like, he's nervous, yo. But on another note, what is the followers app? I don't even know what that is. Now I had to look into the followers app. But anyway, then some lady just mysteriously appears. I guess it's like a production member or whatever, and gives Taylor her phone. Like, listen, if you need to look up that information, you could have your phone, because they're not allowed to have their phones during this whole experiment on the show, right? So Taylor's like, yeah, I do want to answer. So she has her phone in her hand, about to open up that little followers app she talking about, right? And then she doesn't have Wi-Fi, right? And so her and Daniel at that same moment, they're like, does anybody have Wi-Fi? Bueller, you know, some kind of old school joke. And right there in that moment, like, you know, they locked in, right? Like, you know, they connected, like they thinking alike, they talking alike. I thought that was such a cute little moment for them. In fact, that's the title of this episode, right? Bueller, right? But anyway, so then another guy comes over, mysteriously gives her the Wi-Fi password, and she's opening up this followers app. And when I'm telling you, it's taking forever for her to scroll through to try to figure out what she's trying to figure out, right? If he follows her and unfollowed her in the past, right? But in my head, I'm thinking, like, she don't know how to say sorry to him. She just buying time because she does not see on that app that he, in fact, followed her in the past. So she just scrolling, you know, buying time, like, damn, what am I about to say to this dude? Like, damn. So she finally says, well, I've been humbled, right? And she says, I'm sorry. But to me, her sorry was not good enough, because she didn't really look him in the eye. Like, it was no hug. It was no emotion behind her sorry, man. Comment down below. Let me know what you think about Taylor's sorry. But I wasn't feeling it. And I mean, why would you think he would follow you to unfollow you? Like, I don't know. I don't like that whole situation, and I don't like her apology, okay, at that moment. But Daniel, again, he was very patient, very understanding. In fact, I wanted him to just say a little something to her. Like, he didn't have to say much, but he could have said something slick like, you know, grandma not mad, grandma just hurt. Why would you think I would do that? Like, say something, Daniel. But he's so sweet, he didn't really say anything. And then we just move on to the next scene, okay? Okay, so the next couple they focus on is Devin and Virginia, right? Did I mention they were in Honduras? I don't think I mentioned that. Yes, so they are on honeymoon in Honduras on a nice couples vacation, right? And Devin and Virginia, they're next up that the cameraman focuses on, right? They just, to me, they had a lot of nervous energy at first, especially Virginia. You know, I feel like she was very shy, you know, at first couldn't give him a lot of eye contact. She's playing with her hair excessively, like she's just nervous, you know, but maybe she really likes Devin, you know. And again, you had these cameramen in your face, so I can't imagine how that feels. Like, you know, I might be doing the same thing that she was doing if I met Devin in person, you know. But nonetheless, the nervousness does go away. You know, she starts checking out his tattoos, he's checking her out. I feel like she's fishing around trying to like see what he thinks about her looks, considering that she's 6 years his senior. Like, Devin is 28 and she's 34. So she's like, oh, I think you were thinking in the past that I was some old lady, you know? Like, he's like, no, you know, you got that youthful energy, you know, no problem. But I think she wanted him to say more about how she looks. Because then she goes on to say, well, you look about 25 years old, you know? And I think he was wanting her to say something back. I think she was wanting him to say something back, excuse me, like, oh, yeah, you look about 25 years old too, you know? But again, he wasn't focused on that because he's not focused on how she looks. I really think Devin's a real one, you know? Like, he likes her for who she is, you know. I don't think he cares about her age and none of that. So that's probably all in her head, that she's worried about her age, but he's not at all. So they kick it off, and again, that nervous energy, it goes out the door, and you'll find yourself rooting for this couple, man. They seem like they're gonna make it through. The next couple they focus on is Lauren and David. She's divulging to him that, you know, she just got her nails done, she just got a bikini wax, and the lady who did her bikini wax told her, like, okay, you can't, no hunching for the next 24 hours. And no exercising. And she was like, well, I'm a little upset because I was really looking forward to that. And David's face was just dumbfounded, like, really? You were? Kind of like, you were, you know? But that was a cute little scene. And in that scene, David doesn't really come off as a douche. You know, he really doesn't. In fact, this whole episode, David seems kind of chill. Like, he doesn't seem like a F-boy as much as he did in episodes 1 through 6. Let me know what y'all think about that too. Then we see Ben and Sarah next. And I must say, they look really good together too. They have a lot of chemistry. They seem very, very attracted to each other. And they're just creating new traditions. Like, they're posing in the mirror. And they say that's what they want to do. Every time they see a mirror, they just want to pause and do a little pose in it together, right? And they're going to use that picture for Christmas cards, wedding invitations, whatever. You know, they just want to have fun and pose in the mirror every time they see it. Then we see Taylor and Daniel, and they're creating traditions as well. Taylor's telling Daniel that every time she goes on a vacation or anywhere special, that she likes to get a Christmas decoration from that particular place. And that reminds her of how many places she's been and memories from when she was on that trip. And Daniel was like, oh, you know, I like that. You know how much I like Christmas. Mind you, these two are both Christmas fanatics. So now they're going to go collect Christmas ornaments from Honduras, which I think is so cute. So cute. Now, fast forward a little bit, we see a few couples chilling in a hot tub, okay? We see Lauren and David. They're just enjoying each other's company. They're so smitten with each other. They might actually be in love. And again, I just have to repeat, David is being very gentlemanlike. He seems totally different on this episode than he was in the pods. He's not saying anything crazy, anything out of pocket. He's not saying, you know, she don't got it no more because she's 30. All of the rude stuff he was saying in the pods, I don't know. I don't know where that David is. Where the real David show up, please. And then we also see, Taylor and Daniel in the hot tub as well. And they're just so cute. They're just excited for their first night sleeping together. You know, that's a big deal on Love is Blind. Like, the first night that they sleep together and then wake up together and give their opinions on how their first night was. So they're just smitten with each other too. And they're looking forward to that first night. And now we see the couples, they turn in for the evening. Everybody's getting ready to go to sleep. And we see a lot of light conversations about the couples and their sleep habits. Like, for instance, Monica tells Joey that she has to sleep with a noise machine. She has her little noise machine with her. And she confesses that she has a cute little snore when she's really, really tired. We see Virginia and Devin. Virginia, she comes to bed with, like, her face greasy. She has a bunch of Aquaphor on her face. Lauren confesses to David that she gets really hot. So on and so forth. Just a little light, fair conversation. No drama. In fact, it seems like a lot of the couples, all 5 actually, they still have a lot of the same chemistry that they had in the pods. So no drama, lots of love, lots of laughing, lots of giggling at this point. And the next morning, you can't really tell, like, what happened through the night, right? Although David confesses that he didn't, you know, hunch on Lauren at all. She was not ready for that. And he respects that. And Daniel and Taylor said they were, like, thumb wrestling through the night, whatever that means. But other than that, couldn't really tell what happened through the night. The next morning, we see the couples go on their respective dates. We see Devin and Virginia. They go get a massage together. And they happen to have on matching purple outfits. And they didn't plan it. So, I mean, they really are thinking alike, right? And we see that Devin is really into her. Virginia as well. She's into him. But Devin is like, I can't wait till we get married in 4 weeks. He even calls her Mrs. Buckets, right? So that's a big deal. They're really into each other, and I love that for them. Next, we see Joey and Monica. They're on a date, and, they start having a deep conversation, which was refreshing because this whole episode has been kind of like light fare, except for Taylor and Daniel and that Instagram drama, right? So Joey tells her that he was struggling with OCD qualities when he was younger. And it was really weird, driving him a little bit crazy, but he worked through it through therapy, right? And she was with it because at the end of the conversation, she was like, don't worry, we're all weird, and they laughed it off and they went back to being their funny, quirky, usual selves, right? Now, then we see Taylor and Daniel. And Taylor, I'm so happy that she apologized to Daniel again about accusing him of following her and then unfollowing her on Instagram. Because I was really mad at her. I was kind of pissed off at Taylor. Come on now. Why would he do that? How he probably followed 1,000 people. Who knows? You know what I'm saying? But I'm happy that she apologized to him again. And she said she shouldn't have handled it that way. Even if she had a conversation about it with him because it bothered her that he might have followed her previously, she didn't handle it the right way. So I'm really glad that she apologized to him again and she admitted that she was wrong. So I like that. I like that for him, because, again, just think he's a good guy. Big fan of Daniel right here, right? And now we just continue to see the couples on their, respective dates, getting to know each other. No actual real drama until the end with David and Lauren. They're on the boat, chilling, talking to each other. And somehow the conversation comes up about Lauren's exes. They all live in Minneapolis, Minnesota. And somehow he knows 2 of her exes, but he doesn't really know them. He knows of them, right? And that seemed to really bother him that she was in a relationship not too long before the show started. He was really bothered by that. He was like, I just thought everybody would be like me and haven't had a relationship in a long time like me. And then he said something about Molly was in a serious relationship 6 months before she came to the show, and that really bothered him too. But Molly said she never even had a boyfriend. So I'm not sure what David is talking about. So David is going back to being an F-boy, because why would you care about this lady having 2 exes before you? She's not with them now, just because you know of them, because, y'all live in close proximity to each other doesn't mean nothing. So somehow the topic comes back of him saying something about, would you be upset if I left here and talked to Molly? And she was like, well, what do you feel about that? And he said something along the lines that he probably would talk to Molly again. And it just ended off like that. That was mad weird. So I don't know if he got mad at her because of that situation with her exes, that he knows of them, and now he's threatening her that he might go back and talk to Molly. I don't know. David is bonkers to me. Bonkers. But anyway, I don't like them together anyway. So Lauren, if that's what he wants to do, he want to go talk to Molly, let him, girl, because you are dodging a bullet too, because that man is confused. I said it from day one on the video I did on Meet the Cast. Definitely said that on day one. David wasn't ready for love, But anyway, guys, I cannot wait to watch the next episodes of Love is Blind Season 8. Make sure you subscribe to the channel and turn on your notifications too so you see more reviews. All right? See you next time. Peace.